I've made up my mind, even from school, that I don't want to work for someone to me. But I that day, I said, let me just go and check these people. But I don't have transport. That's okay. I begged my mom. My mom gave me 15 naira. Is it 15 naira? So that I bet that is how I make my first million. It's not without the challenges. Welcome to Way Out Talks, where we stop hustling blindly and start creating structure. If you want to create one for yourself, for your business, for your life, stay tuned to the end of this video and learn a new thing. Today, I want to tell you about my journey, my personal experience so far in the world of business. After leaving school a few years ago, around 2005 to 2006, I hoped to work at name insurance in the city of Ibadan at Femi Johnson. If you are in Ibadan, you'll be familiar with the building. It's the first glass house in Ibadan and the one and only glass house, I think, because that building was built in 1980 and the city of Ibadan is still one of the best high-rising buildings so far. After working for a few months, not up to a year actually, I decided to begin to sell my ideas because I've made up my mind, even from school, that I don't want to work for someone, but I need to start working for someone in order to gather momentum and put my body and soul together. While in the office, I begin to sit down and think about what to do. Because I have a little knowledge about city health, we call it Communication Trends Limited. Then, just like GoTV, we used to have Signal in Lagos, Ibadan, in Port Harcourt, in about few states of Nigeria, not everywhere actually. Just like GoTV, just the way GoTV is. I worked there when I finished my Hindi. So, and I realized that the business was done, and I talked about it that I can just write proposal and send to people, anybody that needs it, then I make money from it. More especially work money, I look into it. Okay, let me have DSTV and free to hear. Even though I don't have the knowledge about it, but I know people that can do it. So I begin to submit proposal to cooperative societies for their members that need to put satellite dish in their house, and I begin to submit from one place to another, and in the period of doing that, I decided to stop the job because that time they are paying me 2,500 as salary, and I was staying in Old Ife Road, going to Dubai, Ibadan. I finished all my salary on transportation, so I decided to stop that job and see if I can get a deal. So I go out in the morning, I submit proposal, I go back to the house. Small time, I don't be hungry, no transport. I beg my mom for transport. Now I hit my first day. One day, after submitting proposal to the University College Hospital in Ibadan, they are cooperative. It's one of the biggest cooperative in Ibadan. As at that time, I think they have a capital base of like 5 billion or so. They have the professors, the doctors in that particular cooperative. I've submitted it and they said they don't want it, blah, blah, blah. I just begged the president that people can just look into this and get back to me. So that day, I said, let me just go and check these people. I don't have transport. And that's okay. I begged my mom. My mom gave me 15 naira. Is it 15 naira or so? I was. And I entered, but I said, it's getting late. So should I just branch or I should go to where my friends is and just sit down and cheese smoke? I said, let me branch. As I entered the office, the manager of the cooperative said, I've been looking for you. Where are you now? I said, okay, the president of the cooperative wants to see you. Then, fortunately, the professor was around. I went to the office. They said they just built some estate for their members. Our members want me to come and, want to buy the free to hear, where you will not be paying subscription. So at that time, I think I gave them 45,000 or so. And I said, and many people have shown interest in getting it. This is a good deal. The president said, okay, but before they will give me that job, he's going to give me money for a job. I will do the one in his house. If it's okay, then the members that they indicate the interest to buy, we eventually buy and they will give me money. I said, no problem. So he gave me money, 85,000 or more. Somebody that's collecting 12,500. It was a big money. I was very happy. So after doing the one for the president, I eventually got the job. Few people, maybe like 15 people or so, I dropped their name at the cooperative. Eventually, the money was given to me for something major. And that is how I bought my first car. as a young guy. That's the first thing in my head. I want to just ride the car. So after going to buy the components, everything that is needed for the installation, I came back. I bought that car for 150,000 naira then. It was a Jetta, one whole Jetta. At least I'm using that Jetta from one side to another because all the houses you have to go and install it. So from one side to another, and that is how I make my first million. It's not without the challenges. It's not without the story. And I can still tell you more and more, even up to this present day. But don't worry, in another part, I will tell you about how I started warehouse dog food business and how I started selling cars. Just stay tuned. If you want to hear about these two stories, how I started selling cars, warehouse automobile, and warehouse dog food, just tell me interested in the comment section. Then I will drop the video. Olatu the Father is my name. If my story has blessed you, inspire you, stay tuned and stay connected. Share to your friends.